It's rough out there, man.
Rhonda!
What's up, Rhonda?
Come on over. What's up, girl?
Daggone right, it's going good.
I know, I had a good night. It was so fun.
Are you guys done?
So the stream is over, but we, of course, no, we're not done.
There you go.
Have you met Tom?
Hi. We met briefly.
We
Tom,
did meet
nice to
very
meet you.
briefly, yes.
Okay, good.
Well done tonight.
Well,
Thank you.
big hands after big hands after big hands, huh?
I know.
How do you
yes.
not bet a set of sevens in the two pair?
So
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm glad you asked me that question. So it's a great question,
We didn't
and
hear the table banter.
I saw that. Well, if you notice, no one at the table was really surprised, and the reason I didn't is Chaz typically knows that I play stronger hands. Okay, I lean to the stronger side unless I'm on a total bluff. And when he called me on the turn, I knew Chaz was strong. And my concern was that Chaz was so deep in the game already that it was a perfect opportunity for him to come back at me. And so what I was concerned about is a set of tens. And I know the majority of people would think, oh, that's crazy. Why would you think that?
Hold on, that's crazy.
I know.
I'm the majority.
Okay, the majority. But I will also tell you, I have another philosophy, and anyone that has played with me will know this. And there's a term for it. It's nitty. Okay, nit. But when I am up, or when I'm doing incredibly well, I tend to play more conservatively because I feel like, okay, the pot is already this amount, right? Yes. And so I know how deep Chaz is in the game at this point, and so I felt like it was enough. It was enough for me.
Yeah.
And I was happy with the hand. Yes, I could have potentially made more, but I've also been on the other side of that.
Right. Well, you could go ahead.
And where it's hurt very, very badly. And let's remember something. I didn't have $5,000 on the table. Okay, I had $20,000 on the table. So for me, that is a lot of money. That I mean, I don't want to lose $1,000. Okay, I don't.
But here's the truth: if you jam there, what calls you?
So
Tens.
yeah, exactly.
What else
Or
calls you?
King, set of kings or tens.
Right.
Yes.
So it's like, I get it.
So I knew. You're exactly right. That was another thing that we discussed at the table. I'm sorry. I'm glad you said that. Chaz absolutely would not have called me unless he had me beat on the river. I don't care if I bet $800, $1,500, regardless what the value was. He would not have called me. He had already contemplated so much at that point, and he said to me afterwards, I wouldn't have called it. He said, you got the max out of me. They said, oh no, you didn't. You could have bet 500 Chaz. I wouldn't have called. I would have called Rhonda. If it had been any other player, and I knew that because Chaz and I have a history. So I play differently with Chaz than I would play with someone else. Whether it was the right or wrong decision, we'll never know, but I walked away.
Hey,
happy.
you scooped the 5K
Yes,
pot. That's
yes.
all that matters.
Yeah, and you know what? Poker, I'm still learning every day. I'm coming back after a 4 or 5 month hiatus, and so I think I tend to, I'm probably going to question that decision.
Anybody else you bet into? Anybody else?
Anyone else at that table tonight, I would have absolutely bet into.
Yeah, 100%.
At that table, yes.
You would have crushed Andrew. He would have snapped you off a two pair.
Of course, yes.
I think Gan would have called you a two pair.
Are you, so that hand, have y'all talked about that hand, the ace, king, ace, ace, and king, king?
Of course.
That's wild, yeah.
Are you aware that Kennan was going to go all in?
If you just call?
Yes.
Yeah, if you just call, absolutely. He's going
Right.
to shove on you too.
And so I thought about in that position, I actually thought about, although I did not think he would go all in, but I thought about just calling. And the reason I didn't was because he raised and then the re-raise. So I'm assuming that I'm up against hands that I can't even find the words.
You're going to
I'm
get it
looking
in
for.
against one of them,
Yes.
most likely. So why invite in a hand like Jack 10 suited or 8-9 suited or 9-10 suited?
And that was
when you
my
know
concern.
you're going to get it in against one of them, most likely.
Right. And
Right.
if you, I don't know if you remember the sun, way back when the Sunny stream where I had the aces, a lot of people talked about it, and I smooth called it on the button, which a lot of people would think, oh, that's idiotic.
Silly, right?
But the reason I did is we had gone for 2 hours, and there was not one hand that made the flop without a massive raise. So it went around seat 3, raised it to 800, and that was it. And so by the time it got back to me, I pushed all in and got a call. And I felt like that was the only way I could really make that hand work that night, because if I raised, they were going to fold. Because I had a really dead night. And I typically have been card dead on streams. So this was
Did
fun.
Andrew say anything to you before he called? Like, you really got this hand, or he just was just like, if you got it, you got it?
No.
Tonight.
Andrew did not say anything to me. I believe Andrew was going to fold, and it's my understanding that Kennan's cards were actually flashed at the end.
Yeah, that's what DQ was
That's what we
saying.
heard.
Yeah,
He saw an ace, so he thought it could be a good position.
Yeah.
You could have queens or jacks.
yeah. And so I have some feelings about that. I'm not, I'm just not really sure how I feel about that.
Right, you don't want someone else to cause action, right? By flashing an ace, and he's going, oh well, I could be really good here.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know if you guys watch the any of the other streams. I know you do, but I don't know if you watch the Hustler stream. And there was the situation with Barry and Skill Rocks, and Skill Rocks was Barry. Every time he would look at his cards, Skill Rocks was leaning in and looking at them. So here's the reality: Barry was exposing his hand. Skill Rocks was looking at his hand. Is that cheating? I don't consider it cheating, although people do say it's cheating, but I personally don't feel that was cheating. However, if I'm putting out $20,000 of my money and someone sees a card, if it is exposed, and I don't see it, and they now have an advantage, what is the ethical obligation, is there any, to say, hey, I saw an ace? And so I'm bothered by that. Andrew and I are friends.
Oh, you thinking he saw it but didn't say anything to you?
I know he
Or
did.
didn't say anything to the table?
I know he did.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So we didn't know that. We thought it was exposed and that you knew an ace was out, so he's calling with
I had
with
no
kings.
idea.
Oh, okay, we see. That's total news to us.
Yeah.
So you're thinking he had an unfair advantage, thinking, okay, I got her beat if she has ace king.
I don't think he thought I think he knew I had aces. I think he was frustrated. I definitely think Andrew knew I had aces. That's just reality.
Yeah, you don't shove there.
Yeah. And Andrew has played with me many times. So Andrew has kings, and I think in that moment he felt maybe there was a chance a king would come. And it was unlikely that an ace would come.
Right, because they saw an ace.
Right.
And here's a hand with you where you just raised 45 with ace king clubs.
Did I raise to 45?
Oh, sorry, 250.
Oh, okay. I was
don't
going
know
to say
where.
that's so
Oh,
neat.
it was 40.
Oh,
it was
shoot,
45
This
to
is
call.
this is an interesting
It was
hand.
45 to call, and then you
Yes.
made it 250.
Okay.
And Landon's
Landon
gonna
is calling
just
with
fill up,
jacks,
yeah.
200.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool that you're here to talk through this.
It is. And
Oh, he raised. He 3-bet to 800.
Yeah, I had a feeling he would.
And you're going to flat.
yeah,
Because you guys could have easily got it
Oh,
all
wow.
in. He should check here, right? If you lead, he calls.
yes.
If he's in the lead, he checks. Oh, you're in the small blind. Wow, what a big hand. Wow. 600.
So he bet there, and I called.
Gosh, always a sweat.
Yeah. And it
Always
was
a sweat.
it was at this moment I didn't even want to call the flop, but I had the thinking, much like you, that if he had a strong hand, he would likely check, right? Because I would want to get all of the money. So he did not. And then he bet again here, and at this point I'm thinking my only out, I have 4 outs, right? Is what I'm thinking. Is a 10, because he may have ace king. We may have the same hand. He may have ace queen. I had lots of thoughts going through my head.
Right.
But again, at this point, I'm comfortable enough with where I am that it was kind of an easy decision for me, although I really wanted to beat him.
So that,
He has that effect on people.
Yeah.
that
Don't
tells
worry.
me you fold.
So I did fold.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if it had been a club, I mean, there's so many things that could have kept me in, but
Yeah, a queen of clubs would have been the worst
yeah,
part.
yeah, it would have been rough.
And that's what I tell about his bet sizing. When he bets small, he doesn't really have anything. But he's betting 1,700. He has a monster. You need to tell him to check that out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
not
actually think there was a conversation about that I overheard, that someone picked up on that.
I think he was going for max value.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
He was
set.
going for max
yeah,
value.
and I totally get it. At that point, I had made I'd made some strong hands, so I wasn't just I watch other people play ace king and nothing happens and they win with the ace king, and I'm thinking this never happens to me. It just doesn't. And so for me, it's
That's
an
because you
easy
chance
fold.
used it all up by winning 2 hands with ace king.
He does.
That's dirty.
Yes, he does. So, but I have to tell you, it was an awesome lineup. I really had a lot. Okay, Jaman. Jamin, I'm sorry, honey. He's going to hear that and he's going to say, Jamin, like he's had to
It's
tell
not
me.
the first time. Don't worry.
I know.
Yeah.
And he is a riot. He just fit right in. And I said that earlier, and he said he lost it. I used those words, and then we all died laughing. So I just said it again. Jamin, yes. But we had a riot. This is also an interesting hand, I believe. Yes, as you can see,
You got a set.
I flopped a set, and I was so proud and thinking this is going to be great because DQ has cards. And,
Sorry, that's great.
and he immediately mucked.
Right.
But my friend here,
Jamin comes along for the
he's
ride.
enjoying that smoothie that I recommended.
Oh,
yeah. And so
Wow. Landon would have made 2 pairs.
Oh, really? I didn't
Queens
see
up.
that.
He would
Yeah.
have made queens up.
yeah. So it's my belief that you just don't check a set, and especially when you have DQ to your left. So I didn't. And so this is pretty funny, actually. When I bet here, Jamin said to me, "Oh my God, Rhonda, did that hit you?" To which I did not respond.
Oh, of course not. He'll muck.
But he put a lot of thought into it, and I wondered to myself, what does he have? And I did say, you must have had a pair of eights.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think I showed him actually. Yeah, I did.
Want to go back in there?
No, I'm good. You guys, it was awesome. Thank you. I had so much fun. I feel like I come in here and I usually talk about my outfit or my earrings, but
You talked great about your play.
Yeah, well
Oh, you
played.
guys doing a $100
$100 bomb pot.
Oh, bomb pot.
Yeah,
Wow.
bomb pot. This was the last hand of the stream,
Okay.
Okay.
and so that's what we did. So here you go,
Okay.
Rudy.
Well played. Congrats.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Nick from Yuma is right. There should be more likes. Hit that like button. Subscribe. If you love us, it'll tell you when we're on. If you hate us, it'll also tell you when we're on so you can avoid us. So subscribe either way.
If you don't like us, the best thing to do is watch us again. At least you'll find out if you're sure about not liking
Well, you got to
us.
watch it twice to make sure you don't actually like it.
Or 10 times. It doesn't matter.
But if they subscribe, the more subscribers we can actually have an economic benefit from, then we can hire better people. So, sorry, JT.